Alright, what's up everyone? So today, just wanted to make a new video for the new War for Wakanda expansion that just came out. So I feel like they came out with a few buffs, maybe some nerfs, and I wanted to do a tier list for any new people out there wanting to see who the best characters are in the game, and then just for fun, just to show you guys who, in my opinion, the best characters are in the game, whether it be based on power or based on fun to play. I know those are two different categories, but I'm going to try and rank them all according to those two. And before I get too far in the video, I just want to say that each character has their own strengths, and in the right hands with the right build and everything, each character can be the best character in the game. It's just there are clearly some that are better than others, and some that are less fun to play as, and some that are more fun to play as, and some that just absolutely demolish no matter what. So, without further ado, I guess we'll just go in order that it shows down at the bottom here. I actually made this myself and got the pictures from Square Enix's website. So first, we'll say Black Panther. Uh, Black Panther, the expansion. If you haven't played the expansion, the story is actually really good. They have an amazing voice acting cast, and Black Panther is probably one of the most fun characters to play in the game. That being said, he is mostly single target damage, and so in a game where there's a lot of enemies, at least for the end game, it's tough because a single target, yeah, he can do a lot of damage, especially when you get him maxed out, get some exotic pieces and everything. I think for me, he's going to be A just because he doesn't have as many AoEs as some of the other characters, but he is insanely fun to play as and has some of the fastest attacks in the game. And then he also introduced the new pounce ability and then some new blocking mechanics where he can block while in midair. For Cap, this is a tough one because he is really good, but he is a little bit slower. But to me, he's like a support tank. So I'm going to say, for me, I think he's a B tier. This is one of those in the right hands, he can just absolutely demolish. But for me, he doesn't really carry a team as much as someone like, for example, Hulk, who can carry the squad. If you have some weaker people on your team, but you have a absolute god Hulk, he can just demolish everyone with all of his AoEs, with his tanks, with his heals, just everything. He's just a damage tank that is probably, besides Black Panther, one of the most fun characters to play as because you just go in and Hulk smash. Probably one of the first things I did in the game when you first start out is you play as Hulk, and that's what got me into this game because just playing as Hulk and just smashing everything is super fun. And next up, we've got Iron Man. Iron Man's kind of another one that he is very versatile. Up until Black Panther came out, he was one of the only characters that can hack the security doors to get to certain chests and also smash the heavy doors, because Black Panther can do that as well, and he can destroy the new walls that they have, the breakable walls. He is very versatile. He is kind of a damage support. There's a lot of different builds with him. For me, I'm gonna say he's average. Um, Again, in the right hands, he can carry someone. You get called down the Hulk Buster and use the rockets, and it just demolishes. But he's just a little bit slower of a character compared to someone like Black Panther. But he is one of the two flying characters in the game, and I think the flying is actually super fun. And hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get some more flying characters next. Maybe after Spider Man, maybe a Carol, Captain Marvel. I guess we'll see. Now, Miss Marvel, aka Kamala. This one for me is probably one of my least played characters. She's not bad. She's just not. She's fun. She's more fun to play as than she is useful. She's more of a healer, and she does a little bit of damage, but her abilities are really fun to use. It's just she doesn't do enough damage for me. I mean, maybe if I worked on her and got her up to 150, she might be a little bit better. But there's just other characters in the game that I think are just better overall. And Kate Bishop, for me, is one of the more fun characters to use in the game. I think she's pretty underrated. I don't see a lot of people playing as her when I matchmake. When I do, it's always like a 150, just like mine is. I hardly ever see, like a mid tier Kate Bishop, but she does have some amazing abilities. Her heroic, which is a big gravity ball, basically, it sucks everybody in and then explodes, is insane. You can use her scatter shot arrows that mine do cosmic damage, so you can just set that up and start healing. For me, I think she's an A character. She's very versatile and she's super fun to play as with her teleports and everything. The next one is tough. I think Hawkeye is essentially a less fun to play as version of Kate, but he has better abilities. So his ultimate does a lot more damage in my opinion. That's one thing that Kate lacks is her ultimate isn't the greatest. Um I would say he's better than Kate, so I would leave her, if there was a B plus, A minus, I would put Kate there just to make Hawkeye just a little bit better than she is. But I think both of them together, they're not going to carry necessarily, but they will do a lot of damage. When you compare Hawkeye's ultimate to like Black Panther's ultimate, his just auto targets everyone for 20 seconds and applies shock damage, and then you have his other abilities that can. He's probably, besides our next character, probably the best character for getting the battery effect because his pretty much all of his abilities have some kind of damage type. So our next one is Thor, and Thor is my main. So this may be biased, but if you have a Thor on your team that is 150, 140, anything like that, you are not going to lose. In my opinion, best character in the game. He absolutely destroys people. You can. I have two exotics on him that increases his shock damage total by 40%, which, when used as intrinsic, is all shock damage. All of his abilities are shock damage except for his ultimate. You can make it be mine's fire or plasma, I guess, and you combo those together, gets an instant battery effect. He just absolutely wrecks. I cannot speak more highly of him. Um, Best character in the game for sure. And then, ironically, in my opinion, not a good character. I don't really like her outfits. Her like character model just seems odd. Obviously, she doesn't look like Scarlett Johansson, which I don't really care about. I don't know. It's just like her hair or something. It just bothers me. And when you have characters like Hawkeye, like Hulk, Black Panther, and Thor that have so many AoEs and just so much damage, it's hard to say that Black Widow's slow single target damage is something that can be good. I was playing the Omega level threat the other day as Hulk, just trying to get some exotics for him. And there was a Black Widow on my team, and I knew it was going to take us forever to beat it because at the last part where you're fighting the Super Adaptoid, that is not where you want a Black Widow because, except for her invisibility, really doesn't do a whole lot to help the team, in my opinion. Some people will probably be mad, be like, "Oh, I love Black Widow, I love Black Widow," and yeah, she can be good. You know, she has a lot of range, but in comparison to some of these other characters, not my favorite. Um, Let me know what you guys think. Just wanted to make a quick video here. Um, Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Did I completely insult your favorite character? If so, I'm sorry. This is just my opinion. Um, but overall, I think this is a pretty good tier list. And like I said at the beginning, in the right hands, all of these characters can be A or S tier. Just depends on who's playing them and what kind of gear you have. Anyways, thanks for watching, everyone.